Haven't really changed my mindset forever. I feel like once you really start taking trips and seeing new locations and seeing how people live and seeing that you can actually live like that, it's going to change your whole viewpoint on life. I've been traveling since I was younger. I used to go to Canada probably like every year or every other year. I have family in Canada, so when I used to be in Toronto as a kid, I'm with my cousins, my aunts and uncles. I used to see how they're living. Not only people who have money, but the people who are, low income housing. And I would just like, man, when I get older, I want me a fat crib in a random foreign country. Like going to Niagara Falls as a kid and seeing all these famous monuments. I don't know. I feel like once you really start traveling, you're not going to stop. It's going to change your viewpoint on a lot. Especially staying in the city. If you don't get out the city, all you're going to see is your day to day, your neighborhood. You might see more. You might see different sides of the city. But once you start traveling in these different states, these cities, you start going to the Houstons, the Miamis. You can start small. I'm not telling you to go straight to Dubai. Go see what Cali's looking like. I was born in Sacramento, California, but my first time going there was my sophomore year of college. Going to LA, going to Sacramento, you seeing palm trees. Right now it's 14 degrees right now in Columbus. You start seeing all these fat cribs. People got houses on the water. I went to Miami. The first time I went to Miami, my Uber, he picked me up from the airport. He like, you want to see Diddy's crib? I'm like, yeah. He took me over there. Mind you, I don't know this dude, but that's all motivation. Like Diddy got multiple properties in Miami, so he's showing me the one that's on the water, and then he got another one that connects. So when you're driving like next to the highway, you can see what's going on. Also, I saw Rick Ross's house and DJ Khaled's house. They don't live far from each other. Going to Houston and seeing different malls, seeing a Galleria. It's just crazy. So much more than where you live. Obviously, I want to move out the city, but I don't know when. I can't put a time on that. That's on God's timing. But I feel like it changed my view set completely. Going to all these different cities, these states. Don't let me get started on traveling to Ghana. Man, Ghana, the Dubais, the Arubas, the Mexicos. Like, these places are so beautiful. I remember growing up, mind you, this is like freshman, sophomore year, we used to be at the lunch table. Folks used to pull up Ghana on Google Maps and zoom in and used to say it was nothing but dirt. When I tell you, people in Ghana, whether you going to Accra, you going to Tema, you going to Swedru, people have properties that look like the White House. These are just how people are living now. There's a different type of wealth in Africa that people don't understand. Obviously they got the slums, you got the villages. I ain't gonna lie, even in the village, folks is having fat cribs in the middle of the village too. You feel me? So I just know that seeing stuff like that opened my mind a whole different type of way. Don't let me get started on Dubai. Oh my gosh, like every single time people ask me how Dubai was, the first thing I asked them was, have you played GTA before? I'm like, yeah, of course, I love GTA. I'm like, Dubai is literally like GTA. Literally, like, I just felt invincible. I felt like I could do whatever. I got all this random burst of energy to create. Everything is clean. Nobody bothers you. Everybody minds their business. It's nothing but foreign cars. It's just crazy. It's crazy how they're living over there, like, it's just crazy. Like, every single second you see a Tesla, you see a fast car. Every single Uber is a foreign whip. I'm seeing Ferraris, I'm seeing Bentley trucks, I'm seeing Rolls Royces. I don't know, everything was so clean, there was no trash. It was just crazy. me get started on Mexico. I'm going to Playa del Carmen. Man, Dubai, the sand dunes. Just seeing how is a city on sand like that? Like, it didn't make sense. I was just in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was beautiful. It just, all this fake water. I'm on Mexico on a yacht. The water looks fake, like somebody put a filter on it. It just, man, I could talk about this forever. Once you start traveling, your mindset elevates to like a whole nother level. That's it. So please take a trip if you can. If you want to take a trip, put some money up, a little bit of money, book the flight, and you'll be fine. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna expand your brain horizons, man. It's gonna open up your elements and all of that, you know? So yeah, please do that. Yeah, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this topic. And I don't know, if you travel a lot, tell me your favorite place that you've been to and what you liked about that location you went to. Yeah, talk to y'all later. Slap.